sleeping, a voice starts to call like a lost next of kin. It says, I am thirsty, please give me a cup. But the sand has no water for drinking stuff up. The wind carries whispers that sound like your name. The Ghūl knows your face, and it knows your shame. Voice from the dark ditch, Ghūl's not shoes beneath the cloth. Drive past, do not stop. Do not stop. The voice gets familiar, it sounds like your aunt. It knows every nickname you never would grant. Come closer, it whispers, I'm hurt and I'm cold. You grip the wheel harder, you feel yourself fold. The Ghūl does not chase, it just waits by the road. The trap is your mercy, the hook is your own. Voice from the dark ditch, Ghūl's not shoes beneath the cloth. Drive past, do not stop. Do not stop. Driver once stopped on a desert back route. He thought it was someone whose car had gone mute. He walked toward the sound with a flashlight in hand and found not a person but tracks in the sand. Backwards, the knees bent, the footprints were wrong. He ran for his truck with his heart in his tongue. Voice from the dark ditch, Ghūl's not shoes beneath the cloth. Drive past, do not stop. Do not stop. Shoes, not shoes, not shoes, not shoes. Backwards knees, please, please, please. The mouth had no lips, just teeth in a row. Go, 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 go. He slammed the door shut, the thing hit the glass. 7 claws, not 5. He stepped on the gas. The Ghūl in the mirror stood up on its two. Backwards bent legs, then it waved, then it knew. Voice from the dark ditch, hooves not shoes beneath the cloth. Drive past, do not stop. The Ghūl does not follow, it does not need speed. It whispers your name like a terrible seed. Tomorrow it's you on the side of the road with a story to tell and a terrible load of knowing that something out there wears your face and waits for the next one to fall out of grace. Voice from the dark ditch, who's not shoes beneath the cloth. Drive past, do not. So if you are driving alone in the dust and a voice starts to call like a person you trust, remember the hooves and the backwards bent knee, the mouth full of teeth that can smile but not plead. The Ghūl needs a listener, do not be that one. Keep your windows up till you see the next sun. Voice from the dark ditch, who's not shoes, it sounds like you. Now you are the voice. Do not stop.
A light appears like a lantern at play. It hovers and wobbles and dances around. flicker that looks like a friend to be found. Who walks with a lantern out in the cold?
Abu Fanous, the story is told.
Should you follow the light where it goes?
No, turn away, no one knows. A traveler once saw it bobbing up high. He thought it was help from a village nearby. He walked toward the glow for an hour or two. The lantern stayed far and the sky turned blue.
Who walks with a lantern out in the cold?
Abu Fanous, the story is told.
Should you follow the light where it goes?
No, turn away, no one knows.
The sun disappeared and the stars came awake. The traveler stumbled on rock and on snake. The lantern was closer, but something was wrong. It flickered like fire, but not very long.
He stopped and he listened, no sound, just the sand.
No footsteps, no voices, no help close at hand.
He sat on a stone and he shut both his eyes
And whispered, I will not follow your lies.
The lantern went out with a soft dying hiss.
He opened his eyes.
The hold was a miss.
The dunes had all shifted, the stars were all wrong.
He walked back 3 days with the sun as his song.
Some say the light is a spirit of dust that tricks you to follow, because trust is the easiest thing in the world to break when you are tired and your bones all ache. Who walks with the lantern out in the cold?
Abu Fanous, the story is told.
Should you follow the light where it goes?
No, turn away, no one knows. So, if you are driving on desert black roads
And a lantern appears like a heart that explodes,
keep your eyes on the path and your hand on the wheel.
the light will not harm you unless you are real.
And real means you choose where your footsteps will
And
land.
follow a flame that was never in a hand. Who walks with a lantern out in the cold?
Abu Fanous, the story is told.
Should you follow the light where it goes?
No, turn away, no one knows.
Who walks with a lantern when night has no sound?
What happens if someone still follows the flame?
They forget their own face.
And they forget their own name.
And what do they find at the end of the track?
A lantern that's waiting to lead them right back.
too fast. The windows are empty, the front door is last. Maison vide, maison seule, qui frappe à ta porte, personne à linceul. Regarde le feu, regarde la suie, les djinns sont là, ils sont chez eux, la tienne aussi.
Called home, the house just ate and the house ate alone.
Maison vide, maison seule, qui frappe à ta porte, personne à linceul. Regarde le feu, regarde la suie, les djinns sont là, ils sont chez eux, la tienne aussi. Through broken glass, you are welcome to enter, you will not pass. A man named Faris went in with a light. He came out running the same cursed night. His hair was white, his eyes were two holes where the seeing had fallen through. He said only this before he went dumb: they are not evil, they are just at home. We are the ones who come. The taxi drivers know the block, they speed right past without a lock. They say the djinns sit on the ledge and count the cars from the window's edge. Maison vide, maison seule, qui frappe à ta porte, personne en un seul. Regarde le feu, regarde la suie, les djinns sont là, ils sont chez eux, la tienne aussi. So if you find yourself on that street at night and the black house glows with a strange orange light, do not knock, do not wave, do not ask to come in. The djinns are not monsters, they are just next of kin to a family that left without saying goodbye. And they do not like strangers, they do not know why. Maison vide, maison seule, qui frappe à ta porte, personne à linceul. Regarde le feu, regarde la suie, les djinns sont là, ils sont chez eux, la tienne aussi. Maison vide, maison seule, qui frappe à ta porte, personne à linceul. La tienne aussi. La tienne aussi. La tienne aussi. Under the seventh layer of ground, where no light has ever been found, the serpent sleeps with its tail in its teeth, dreaming of what walks above on the heath. Below, beneath, before, behind, benevolence, bite, blind, blood, build, burn. Falak, Falak, when will you wake? How many centuries can a serpent take? The world spins on you, just lie still. The hunger inside you grows up the hill. It dreams of the cities, it dreams of the seas, it dreams of the moment just out of hunger, just out of appetite. Below, beneath, before, behind, benevolence. Bite, blind, blood, build, burn. Falak, Falak, when will you wake? How many centuries can a serpent take? The world spins on you, just lie still. But the hunger inside you grows up the hill. The angels above hold chains made of sound. They keep the beast pinned to the ground. But chains get old and sound gets tired, and the serpent has been waiting, and the serpent is wired. Falak, Falak, when will you wake? How many centuries can a serpent take? The world spins on you, just lie still. But the hunger inside you grows up the hill. They say it fears the name of the divine, but names are just air, and air is just sign. The serpent knows nothing of gods or of men. It just knows it will rise, and it knows it will win. Below, beneath, before, behind, benevolence. Bite, blind, blood, build, burn. Falak, Falak, when will you wake? How many centuries can a serpent take? The world spins on you, just lie still. But the hunger inside you grows up the hill. Falak, Falak, the sleep is thin. The chains are rust, the walls are thin. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon. One night you will feel it move under the dune. One night you will feel it move under the hill.
The village was built in the 70s year. Colorful houses for families here. A mosque with a dome and a minaret tall. Then the sand came, the sand took it all. Sand in the rooms, sand in the mouth. Who lived here? Nobody, 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 nobody. South, south, south. The owl could be tribe left without a goodbye. Not because of the dunes, but because of the cry. From under the floorboards, a scratching a voice. You built on our home, you had no choice. Sand in the rooms, sand in the mouth. Who lives here now?
Boom, that beat drops out. Boom, that drops out.
Boom bap beat drops out. Boom bap beat drops out.
Boom bap beat drops out, drops out. Boom bap beat 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 drops out.
The iron gates are rusted, now rusted shut. Scorpions nest in the prayer room dust. The minaret leans like a tired old man, and the Jinn are still there, they still have a plan. Sand in the rooms, sand in the mouth. Who will come next? You, south, 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 south. Where the sand meets the edge of the map, a thing with one arm and a half of a lap hops through the valleys where nothing grows back. Its mouth is a slit, its eye is a crack. It does not speak, it does not weep. It only hops, it does not sleep. Half hop, hollow hide, here, howl home. Nasnas, Nasnas, one leg hop. See it coming, do not stop. You hear it first as a scrape on stone, a rhythm that does not leave a bone. It hops in circles, it never falls. It knows your house, it knows your halls. It will not enter unless you call. Do not call, do not call, do not call. Half hop, hollow hide, here, howl home. Nasnas, Nasnas, one leg hop. See it coming, do not stop. A shepherd once saw it near Wadi Dome. He ran to his village as fast as he can. The thing followed slow on its terrible one. Not running, not walking, just hopping for fun. The village men grabbed their iron and salt. The Nasnas stopped, then it found a new fault. Half hop, hollow hide, here, howl home. Nasnas, Nasnas, one leg hop. See it coming, do not stop. It does not want your blood, it does not want your gold. It wants to know how it feels to be whole, but it cannot ask, it has no tongue for that. So it hops and hops and hops, and that is that. The scholars say it is just a Jinn, a lower kind with a broken chin. But scholars sleep in beds with roofs, while Nasnas hops on broken hooves. They never heard it scratch the door at 3 a.m. on the second floor. Coming, do not stop. So if you wake to a single sound, a hop that drags on the dusty ground, do not look under the bed, do not peek. Pretend you are sleeping, pretend you are weak. The Nasnas will leave when it finds no fear, but it will remember, it will come back next year.
You see her first from the corner of your eye, washing clothes that are already clean, or braiding hair that has no end. She knows your name before you speak. The Portuguese soldiers learned this one by one by the rivers of El Jadida. She invited them in with honey and almonds, then slit their belts while they slept, left their boots by the water, stitched their tongues to their collars. She knows your name before you speak. As a woman, but as a warning. Her feet are hooves, her legs are goat. She can take the shape of your wife, your mother, your daughter, your first love, but she cannot hide the smell of wet stone. She knows your name before you speak. A driver once picked her up near Mekni. She sat in the back and said nothing. He looked in the mirror, her eyes were back to front. She asked him, do you love your wife? He said yes. She said, good, she will forget you. He pulled over, the back seat was empty, filled with hair. She knows your name before you speak. At sunset, they place scissors under their pillows, iron in the windowsill, salt on the sill. Because Aicha Kandicha hates the living, not out of malice but out of memory. She was a countess, then a widow, then a myth. She knows your name before you speak. If you see her, do not run. Do not speak. Do not tell her you are faithful or afraid. Just stand still and count backwards from 7. If she vanishes before you reach 1, you are safe until the next river flood. If she does not vanish, you are never real. She knows your name before you speak. Stay under the pillow, the salt stays on the sill, and Aicha Kandicha stays by the water, washing clothes that will never be dirty, braiding hair that will never be cut, waiting for a soldier who has been dust for 400 years. cry, a shadow that never walks under the sky. It lives in the corner of both of your eyes. It knows when you're honest, it knows when you lie. Qareen, behind your left ear, it has been there since your first year. Do not turn around, do not ask. Seeing your double shatters the glass.
It knows every thought before you think, the water you're about to drink, the dream you had at 3 a.m. It knows the you that you hide from them.
Qareen, Qareen, behind your left ear. It has been there since your first year. Do not turn around, do not ask. Seeing your double shatters
The double is a trouble that was born inside the bubble of my mother's first contraction. It knows my every action before I even formed a fraction of a thought towards distraction. I felt it in the kitchen when I reached for the forbidden fruit and stopped before the grabbing. It whispered, "That's my habit." Then I saw its fingers jab at the apple. They were mine, no stabbing. Just a mirror with a lag, a doppelganger gag, a version of me that arrived 1 second late. I ate the apple anyway, it chewed, I swallowed it, swallowed. We both swallowed the same fate. Now when I say I love you, I hear two voices on the tape.
One is mine,
one is a duplicate. My mother sees us standing in the doorway when I visit. She never says,
"Who is that?" She just waits.
She knows that Qareen is not a demon, it is a witness, a stenographer, a scribe. It writes down every lie I tell myself, then shows me, then says,
"You wanna try that again, babe?"
I don't answer, I just sleep with my back to the wall now. The Qareen sleeps on the other side. When I dream, it dreams the same dream,
but in its version, it's the one who gets to decide. The old ones say it can be a friend, guide you gently around the bend, but only if you speak its name without the shudder, without the shade. Qareen, Qareen, behind your left ear. It has been there since your first year. Do not turn around, do not ask. Seeing your double shatters the glass.
So walk your path, make your mistakes. The Qareen follows the Qareen ways. It is not evil, it is not good.
It is the you that understood
everything you tried to hide, and stayed there, right there at your side.
Qareen, Qareen, behind your left ear. It has been there since your first year. Do not turn around, do not ask. Seeing your double shatters the glass. Qareen, Qareen, behind your left ear. It has been there since your first year. Turn around now, go and ask.
The glass was never there.
You never had a mask. The coral stone crumbles where the tide used to lick. The pearl boat, sawdust, the divers are sick of a town that won't sleep and a mosque that won't call. Al Jazeera, Alhambra, the red island of fall. Ghost town, nobody stays. The wind carries footsteps from previous days. Lock your doors, lock your doors. The Jinn moved in when the tribe moved out. They know what yours is for. The Zab tribe left in '68, packed their bags and sealed their fate. They say they heard scratching under the floor. They say the Jinn asked, why do you need a door? Ghost town, nobody stays. The wind carries footsteps from previous days. Lock your doors, lock your doors. The Jinn moved in when the tribe moved out. They know what yours is for.
shadow that moves when the sun is a dot on the line. I walked through the gate with the flashlight and a friend who was not. He turned to a pillar, the pillar had arms, the arms tied a knot. The knot was a face that was mine, but the mouth was a newly dug plot. I ran to the fortress had ears, the ears heard a thought. The thought was a prayer that the tribe used to sing when the pearl boats were caught. In the nets of the empire is dust, the dust is a taught lesson in leaving before you are asked. The Jinn do not ask, they just bought the rights to your silence is wrecked, the rent is a raw iron gate that swings open for no one. I swung it, I should not have saw it. Now I am the scratching you hear on the floor is a chord, no retort. The artists come now with cameras and lights. They film the ruins on festival nights. They do not stay after sunset, no. They know what the locals already know. Ghost town, nobody stays. The wind carries footsteps from previous days. Lock your doors, lock your doors. The Jinn moved in when the tribe moved out. They know what yours is for. So if you visit Ras Al Khaimah's shore and you see the red island, do not explore. The houses are pretty, the light is nice, but the Jinn do not charge a tour guide price. They charge your attention, they charge your fear, and they have been waiting for someone to hear them for 50 years. Ghost town, nobody stays. The wind carries footsteps from previous days. Lock your doors, lock your doors. The Jinn moved in when the tribe moved out. They know what yours is for. Ghost town, nobody stays. The wind carries footsteps from previous days. You can visit, you can leave, but something will follow you home, believe. Something will follow you home, believe. She came from the south where the Nile runs thin. He came from the north where the sand begins. Both saw the garden, both saw the light. A fountain, a bench, 2 cups one night. Was it real or just the heat?
Real enough to drink,
Real enough to meet. Did the garden have a gate?
only the one they made.
Only the one they made. They met in the middle of a dry lake bed. No water below, no shade overhead. But the mirage had poured them 2 cups of tea, and something was poured and something was free. Was it real or just the heat?
Real enough to drink,
Real enough to meet. Did the garden have a gate?
only the one they made.
Only the one they made.
garden, it's not dim. Was it real or just the heat?
Real enough to drink,
Real enough to meet. Did the garden have a gate?
only the one they made.
Only the one they made. He said every time I look at your face, she smiled and left without leaving a trace. The next morning the garden returned to that place. Not a mirage, no, real with space. Was it real or just the heat?
Real enough to drink,
Real enough to me. Did the garden have a gate?
only the one they made.
Only the one they made. Is the fountain still running now?
Drink it, see.
Whose face you see? Is the garden real somehow?
Real enough for you and me.
Real enough for you and me.
Fatima collected the dunes in jars, red and gold beneath the stars, white from the beaches, black from the mountain. She lined them up near her family's fountain. The sand remembers, the sand knows where you sleep. It whispers your secrets, it counts what you keep. Pour it back where it belongs, for the sand will sing you its sorry song. It's sorry song. It's sorry songs. One night a rustling woke her from bed. The jars were speaking inside her head. You took me from family, you took me from home. Now I will take you, now you will roam. The sand remembers, the sand knows where you sleep. It whispers your secrets, it counts what you keep. Pour it back where it belongs, or the sand will sing you its sorry song. It's sorry song. Kum taneleri fısıldar gece yarısı. Her birinde bir sır, her birinde bir yası. Aldım onları eve, düşündüm ki hazine. Şimdi her adımda kum var, her yastıkta bir ize. Anladım ki toprak sahibini unutmaz. Çalan her avuç bir gün geri döner yutmaz. Sabah oldu döktüm hepsini tepeye, kum gitti ama öğretti bana ait olmayanı eve getirme. She poured the jars at dawn's first break.
Whispered, I'm sorry for my mistake.
The sand went silent, her shoes stayed clean.
But one grain remains where it's always been. The sand remembers, the sand knows where you sleep. It whispers your secrets, it counts what you keep.
Pour it back where it belongs,
Or the sand will sing you its sorry song.
it's sorry song. It's sorry songs. Under her pillow each night she feels a single grain that never heals. Not a curse, just a soft small voice.
We remember you had no choice, but we remember. The sand remembers, the sand knows where you sleep. It whispers your secrets, it counts what you keep.
She poured it back, she said she was wrong. The sand forgave
but it sings her song.
The sand forgave her,
but it sings her song.